Assalamualaikum, greetings and peace be upon you. Welcome to another episode of BapaHebat vodka series brought to you by BapaHebat SG. This program is sponsored by Community Leaders Forum and supported by Yayasan Mendaki. Our theme for this podcast is Ayahku, or my father, where our guest would be sharing stories, anecdotes, and values that they have learned from their father during their growing up years and up till the present day. We hope that our listeners will be able to take a leaf or two from these stories and the journeys that each father had endured through the trials and the tribulations and the sacrifices that they have made. Today, we are happy to have our esteemed guest, Mr. Muhammad Ridwan bin Nur Hasman. Welcome to the show, Ridwan.
Thank you.
Now we have to talk a little bit about the sad part when your late father became sick before he passed on. There's also some stories about, what his wishes, right?
Yep.
Yeah. You like to share it with the audience?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So when we how am I going to put this? I think how I would share would be after the knowledge of his illness. So to be honest, I'll just give some background a little bit lah. So he was officially diagnosed in November, and that's why the doctor broke the news. But actually, I saw there was some black spots or grey spot, black or grey, I can't recall, black spots around his chest area through an X-ray when we went to urgent care center in Admiralty. So we went there and there were signs of it in June, July. So I told him, can you please go and check? He said, don't. So probably it was since then up till November, it got worse. So one of the thing is that he mentioned that he would want to pursue whatever he's doing now and finish his work, and he still want to go to work and everything. So he is still masih focus on work, and it's not something that is that we encourage because of his health, and he keep on coughing and tak baik. And then with that X-ray and everything, but that was in June, July. So
at that time how old was he at that time?
It was on in 2024.
So he was
2024, so 62 and 61.
61 years old.
61.
Okay.
So 61. So in 2024, so it was actually detected in June, July, but because I think doc schedule appointment, nak kena tunggu ni, gedebak-gedebuk, got one period, I think in October he was hospitalized, and then that's where they found out that he had stage 4 cancer. No, okay, sorry, let me take that back. They did not declare in October that he had stage 4 cancer, but he had cancer. That was the doctor, dekat Yishun was saying okay, he has cancer, there's something in him that's growing but we cannot confirm how big it is. So it took about a month from October till November for them to do the assessment and then check the growth and everything. So in November, that's where they broke the news to him So a quick background also would be, my mom and my dad was supposed to go for Umrah in December, my bad. So, but they already make bookings since earlier in 2024 So that period where it was actually another 3 weeks before berangkat to Awal Madinah. So we were going to the they had plans to go for the trip which is husband and wife. It was a Umrah trip plus Turkey. So it was supposed to be their honeymoon period lah. Like, pergilah korang dating kan. I mean, you need it lah. So I was telling.
Just the two of them lah.
It was by right. It's just I was not in the picture. I was not at all in the picture. And I was only in the picture bila dia keluar masuk hospital lah. Why I'm in the picture? Nak ambil, hantar, and then check in the doctor. So I'm the POC for everything, for doctor and updates and everything. So that's where I found out that alamak, stage 4 cancer. Actually I said no. I said you cannot go, you cannot travel. Doctor tak bagi. Like verbally dia tak bagi lah. But I think after he talked to the doctor and explained everything, they let him go. And I mean, but they need someone to be with him lah. So
how was he affecting his movement, his
from the day that he was diagnosed officially in November, he had difficulty walking already. Had difficulty walking, jalan pelan, and then but he was, I wouldn't say plan macam plan sikit tau, but just jalan macam biasa but slowly. Yeah, like for me, if I were to park that side, I walk very fast. So for him, he will look macam if it's 5 minutes for us, it's about 10 minutes for him.
Okay.
That kind of walking plan. So slowly it was taking away his ability to walk fast. And then one of the factor would be bila tengah makan tu, dia tengah duduk tu, dia rasa sakit-sakit lah dekat the chest area. So fast forward, I had to, actually I didn't tell my employer pun. It was my bad lah, that I didn't tell them, but because it was so personal and I do not know who, how and when to tell. I just said I need to go umrah and I dah bayar baru I bilang HR. Actually I kena dengan my employer, and I said I apologize. I said I just do not know who or what to tell or when to tell because it was so sudden.
Right.
Stage 4 cancer just came to me and then I just tak tahu nak cakap apa. Then I look at my mom and dad, I say tak apalah, it's okay, I'll be the one to follow you lah, it's okay lah. Then my dad look at me, kau okay? Okay lah. No, okay tak okay pun siapa lagi boleh buat kan?
Yeah.
So I said tak apalah, it's okay, I'll do it. And then I took the liberty to take urgent leave 2 weeks. I think I had unpaid of 1 week something. I just take, I think it's okay, tak apa. Because at the back of my head, I know that it's his last umrah.
Right. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Take your time.
So I took the risk of risking my job to go umrah with him. So to me, having a job is secondary then. It was not my primary focus. My primary focus was to ensure that when he goes to complete his umrah, when he complete his umrah, I'm there and I'll be able to see him lah. Because he did mention to me lah that he wants to go with my mom. I said, but who's going to take care of you? Who's going to push you? And true enough, so after I found out that November, 3 weeks later we berangkat. He was able to walk, but walk very slowly. So my mom was holding him lah. I said, it's okay lah, korang have fun lah. Just carry the barang-barang. I kira jadi tu lah. Porter. Bellboy. Jadi bellboy. So angkat jalan semua. Then sampai sana, I still remember awal Madinah. So his plan was to complete the umrah and then
go Turkey.
Go Turkey with my mom. Yeah. So he was macam there's a difference when you solat diri and you solat duduk. Like the feeling is different.
Yeah.
So I remember that subuh, of all surah Yusuf. So it's the best. So I can still imagine him standing behind me. Member tak nak duduk. So I told him, duduk lah. Say, tak apa, nak solat diri. That was, I think, first and the last I saw him solat diri in front of my eyes. And then I told him, you know what, I'm just gonna get for your wheelchair. I tengok kocek I ada berapa, I pergi kat pharmacy, I buy the wheelchair yang apa tu, that is of a certain standard lah. Dia ada, you know, there's few type of wheelchair kan. So I have to buy yang proper, comfortable for him semua. I just beli. So I bought a wheelchair for him from Madinah. The wheelchair tu masih ada dekat rumah lagi. So he had the will to solat lah, and solat diri. So he felt that there's a difference between solat diri dengan solat duduk. So there was one time he was trying to solat subuh. That one time lah, so I saw him, he was praying and his movement was very slow. So that was a point where I told myself, after every subuh, I will take photo with him. Yeah, so I have every subuh in Madinah. So in front of Masjid Nabawi, I would go in front and take selfie with him. I said, I've never done that with you, because I know I won't be able to do that with him. So I did lah, and it was all there lah. And to me, the willpower that he has to go through this process with my mum, it's quite apa tu, I would say
Amazing.
lah. I actually I'm lost for words lah. To be honest, to me, when I saw him standing and praying, it's a beautiful moment lah. But it's just that after that, I told him, enough, you need to sit on a wheelchair. I have to get him a wheelchair. Ambil wheelchair. Then from, I think, second or third day from Madinah, he was on wheelchair all the way. Sampai ke Turkey pun pakai wheelchair tu. Yeah, so mana I pergi, so tolak kat Masjid Nabawi, tolak kat Masjidil Haram, semua.
So that was December.
That was in December, mid
last year.
December last year. Yep.
So he survived the Umrah and then managed to
go
spend
Turkey.
Last honeymoon with
Yes.
your mom and Turkey. And back in Singapore, January, December
so
also?
back in Singapore, back in late December.
Late December last year.
That's where member masih nak pergi kerja. So he still go to work and like half day je. Lepas tu he get my brother to fetch him because I have to work.
Right.
So dah kena ampik so nak kena kerja lah. So he still was pushing himself to work. So the trip, the Umrah trip, that 2 weeks was really for him and my mum lah. And where I come in is just to make sure they are safe and there's someone to hold them lah. So balik daripada Umrah tu, his plan was to work until further notice lah. So which he decided to stop after he was officially hospitalized. So he was in the hospital for I think 2 weeks ke 1 week. 1 week in January. So I still remember it was January 18. So the doctor called and then we had discussion. So doctor said that I need to speak to the family lah. And then I was there. So there were options for him. So this is where my conversation with him happened lah. So I asked him, right now you have 2 options. Okay, your first option is to go for chemotherapy. And then I asked the doctor, like, what's the chances lah? I can't recall what's the percent. I believe it's 20% survival rate because stage 4 already. Dah quite bad. Then, yeah, and then he mentioned that the liver dah gedebak-gedebuk, a very scientific term, very medical term, sorry. So to me, when that moment happened, I dah prepared mentally in when I went to Umrah and everything. I was prepared mentally. So when the doctor broke the news to me and my mum, I just terdiam lah. So I asked the doctor, so what's the best option lah? So she said, of course, you know the answer, like chemo, right? But she did mention that, I mean, in terms of ethics would be to get the patient to decide for himself because he is still able to make decisions for himself. I mean, I don't have the lasting power of attorney. The one that has to make that decision is him. So so I went back in. Before I went back in, I told my mom, I said, okay, we're gonna push him to do chemo. But if he doesn't want, then we just have to, take it in,
his
respect lah.
decision.
So we did. Masuk, he said don't want. Immediate answer don't want. Yeah, immediate answer don't want. And he told me, no, he didn't tell me. He told my mom. I was there. I said, pergilah chemo. Like, I mean, at least there's a chance for you to recover. I said, I tak nak. Jangan paksa. I tak nak. I don't want. Then she turned to my mom. Kita balik rumah Iwan.
He wants to go back to your place.
I was not ready lah, actually, to be honest. I was not ready. My house was not ready. It was still in a mess. And
You just moved in, is it?
yeah, I
Oh,
baru
okay.
pindah. And when I moved in, of course, it's a slightly bigger house from my previous house, right? So he knew lah where I was staying lah, and he went in because to choose the house pun dia he was like say, rumah ni cantik, and then I'm like, oh, okay lah. Yeah, so we bought that house. Tu pun dia ada. So when that happened, so he told to my mom, and he turned to her. And then he mentioned, kita balik rumah Iwan lah. Then he looked at me, boleh I say, it's not a question. It's memang you're staying with me. I say, your house, boleh relax tepi dulu. You are coming with me, whatever it is. So he just said, okay, can. Then from then on, I activate all my bala tentera semua. I call up my friend, say, bro, I need your help. Okay, kau nak apa? Then he came, he helped me pasang benda, pasang my sofa semua. My old secondary school friend. I call him and say, bro, I need your help. I said, okay. Kau bilang aku lah kau nak apa. Malam pukul 9 lebih dia datang. Pukul 10 lebih dia ikut pergi Toa Payoh beli katil, beli sofa semua. All on that day itself.
Wow.
Solid, I tell you. Solid friend. Secondary school dari 2004, 2003. My sec 1 friend sampai sekarang. Sama nama pula tu. But yeah, so anyway, so that was the angle lah. Like he chose to stay with me. And then I said, okay, can, but I cannot allow visitors because rumah masih tengah berterabur. Only immediate family member, like anak-anak dia, my makcik, pakcik. That's all. I don't allow all. Of course nanti ada orang kecil hati macam, dia ni macam asal so macam tak boleh datang. I say, rumah aku berterabur and aku tak nak orang datang rumah aku in a manner where it's in a mess.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you are listening, I apologize lah. I have no intention to, reject you from coming to my house. But what's important is my house is, in a proper condition to accept guests. So after few weeks in February, baru I start to say, okay, I open up to friends and families. So then come Ramadan, wow, that was, yeah. So the story will be the angle where my dad is, his decision to stay with me, and then from then on, he has been at my house since January 19 up till the day that he passed on, March 23rd. So during that period, it was during Ramadan, and then we had guests coming over in, out, day in, day out. Weekly lah. And my auntie and uncle, my cousin, she came like every 3-4 days she would come. Pakcik dia. So I asked her, asal kau datang hari-hari kau tak kerja? Then dia macam, kerja? Habis? Then she told me, Wan, bapak kau datang tengok bapak aku masa dia tengah sakit hari-hari. This is the least I can do for you. I call her, I ask her, kau tak ada kerja? Because quite close lah.
Yeah.
I say, kau tinggal dekat Hougang, dekat sana, pertengahan dunia sana, kau datang sini. Cak, tak apa. This the least I can do for him because masa bapak aku sakit, he was there. He did. He was there. He baca Yasin for him. He said, abang dia kan.
Right.
Yeah, so abang dia. Then, so when his elder brother passed on, he was there also and everything. Then, so she went lah. She came to my house once every 3 days with my elder cousin and everything. Everyone lah. So my auntie, uncle, pakcik, makcik semua datang almost every week. So kalau tak jumpa tu maknanya is either diorang tengah betul-betul busy that day ataupun they got some other plans lah. But I would say every 3-4 days I would see my cousin.
Right.
That's the only time. Aku tak pernah nampak kau that consistent. And she would just call me and say, Wan, aku dah on the way. Macam, okay lah, seketika. Yeah, because she's my cousin. So, time goes by. After February, I tak tahu whether I'm still on track if I'm terlalu jauh,
okay, yeah.
if I'm too far off, you can bring me back on track But the story goes where he, there was one Friday, he called me at 5 a.m. ke 7 a.m. ke 8 a.m. I can't remember. In the morning. I know lepas subuh. Then he was telling my mum, like, call Iwan, call for me. So I'm known as Iwan at home. So panggil Iwan. Then I go there, and then the first thing that he asked me, give me more morphine. I said, tak boleh. I said, pandai-pandai tak boleh. I'm like, lah. So I said, I told him tak boleh. He said, dah tak boleh tahan.
Pain, yeah.
Pain. And he said, pain. And I'm like, pain nanti wait, I call doctor. I said, okay, I call doctor. Berapa lama tu doktor datang. But during that period, he was saying sakit. And like he was not himself lah. I said, dah lah, sabar. The only one that can carry him to his actual position is only one person, and that's me. Not even my mom, not my wife, not my children, not anyone else, but only me. So only me that he asked me to carry him, pull him up from the sofa to make sure that he's comfortable. So during that few hours, I have to always tarik dia and then be with him lah. So when the doctor come, he did the checks and everything. The doctor told me, today, Friday, you have to get everyone that wants to see him now. I said, kenapa? Like, why? I think it's another few more days. Yeah. So you need to get someone urgently. So that's where I call everyone lah. So siapa yang datang tu, alhamdulillah. Siapa yang tak boleh datang tu, I think we understand. I mean, work commitment, family commitment is fine. So whoever that came, I think in fact, all that I called, 99% came and was there. And then that Friday lah, and he was very very calm. But while after jumpa the doctor tu, doctor bagi morphine and then he rest for a while. I still remember it. Doctor just gave a normal dose, the typical dose, and then he got better, and then he rest. So just nice that Friday, it was Ramadan, and then 2 days later, that Saturday night, his old friend was there, stayed throughout, and then when everybody knocked off to sleep. That Sunday morning, my mom knocked the door. He's not responding already. Yeah, so that was then. The process, everything was smooth. The way that it was, the urusan jenazah, everything was done very smoothly. I found out that he was not responsive as of 5:30 a.m. 5:30. Dah lepas subuh. So we lepaskan subuh. So I sempat solat subuh, and then we face, body there lah. So I just told my mom, tak apa, it's okay, take wuduk, kita solat. Dah habis solat, then we can call. So once he was not responding, I called the doctor. I think they gave me the hospice already gave me the letter already lah. So I give the doctor, then I call my friend who is doing the urusan jenazah, and all my cousins already. Semua dah activated. Pukul 6 lebih dia sampai. The cousin yang minggu-minggu datang tu 6 lebih 7 tu dia dah sampai. That was how fast they were immediately say, tak apa, kau tunggu aku datang. Terus dia hang up. That was how quick. And then same my uncle.
I think the response would signify how good a man your father was.
Yeah,
how loved,
alhamdulillah,
he was.
He was.
Yeah.
He never failed to solat during his time.
Alhamdulillah.
He never failed to solat. Never failed to, walaupun tengah baring pun, I would saw him tengah solat. And I told my children, like, every day before you go to school, hug your atuk. I still have the photos. Hug your atuk. And then just remember that this is your atuk. Yeah, okay ayah. Then sometimes my daughter would tell me, I miss atuk. Ya, mana tak atuk tinggal satu rumah dengan kau. So I feel that it was a blessing in disguise for me to have my dad and my mom to stay with me. At least I get to experience, taking care of my own parents who took care of me when I was younger. So it was, to me, it's not like macam bayar balik. There's no such thing as bayar balik. I mean, it's
You can anyway.
I can, yeah. There's no way. There's no way I can repay them. I mean, I can't bring back the years where I lost. But what I can do is to see them grow old, and I'll be the one to be there for them lah.
Just a question here before we wrap it up. You lost your father, right? Now, which is more devastating? I mean, I categorize your father as two separate person, a friend and an advisor. Okay, he started as your advisor, right?
Yeah.
And then I think later on he more or less became a friend to you because you got closer with him.
Yeah.
You spent the time in Umrah, and he wants to go back to your place and all that, right? Okay, so now this father figure that you have, your late father, now I split them into a friend and an advisor. I know it's devastating to lose both or all, but which one is more? Which one affected you more? You don't have him as a friend anymore, or you don't have him as an advisor anymore in your life?
I would say what impacted me most was losing him as a father.
Yeah, I mean
Not
the father,
but through that angle, but
so
I would,
the friend or the advisor, because he advised you more when you were growing up and all this.
Yeah,
right?
I would say towards the angle of the advisory angle of a father. Because now I cannot ask him like, beli kereta ni okey tak? Yeah, and kereta ni macam mana? Sekarang dah kereta, dulu education. Dulu
he's always like the wise man around to give you something, right?
He's the one who told me like, kau beli kereta ni very nice. Not only that lah, because he is close to my daughter. Cucu dia nak, so one of the cerita is, so my daughter went into this car, and then she say, I like this car. And then atuk, I want this car, I like this car. Tapi yang bayar dia bapak. Tapi dia bilang atuk dia. So atuk dia datang, kau beli kereta ni? Check. Oh, okay. I check, okay, boleh lah. Yeah, so back then also I was asking for his advice, like what car, how many seater should I get? And how much should I upgrade or downgrade to be sustainable? So I think as of now also I'm asking myself like, would he be doing this? Yeah. So for example,
what would my dad do?
Yeah. What would my dad do? Like now, because we're going Umrah in 2 more days, right? Like what would he be doing now?
Right.
Yeah. Like what is he? Is this what he would do? Is this what he would tell his children? Yeah. So I miss that moment where without me asking, he would do it lah. He would say it lah. He'll say, okay, kita solat sama-sama before ayah pergi umrah or haji. Right. And he always make it a habit where every time he go umrah, or the other time he went for haji in 2019, I think 2019 he went haji. 2019 before COVID. 2019 when he went haji, he made it a point that will ask me to azan lah. So that was the moment where no one else asked me to azan except for him. Yeah, and the advisory portion, I think I don't get that anymore. It's more like people asking me, so sekarang ni macam mana? Then I have to be like, wah, damn, like damn. Okay.
I can understand the loss.
Kadang-kadang like people were to ask like my mom were to ask me like, kereta ni okay ke? Asal tak nak beli kereta ni?
Then he be like turning around looking for him, right?
Kita tengok aspek dia. Macam itu contoh. Then like baju pun sama. Like baju ni panjang ke pendek ke? Check petak dia cantik ke tidak? These are things that usually he would just tell lah. Like okay lah, ambil baju ni lah. Jubah especially.
So if you have one word, right? One word to describe your father or your late father, what would be that one word?
I think the word would be Sekejap Dah macam adjective pula sekarang. That one word would be how do I put this? I really cannot think, but boleh. Sekejap I think it would be I would say that best friend. Yeah, he's a friend to many. I think he makes friends very easily, and that's what I would describe him, my best friend.
Okay. Well, if he's here, still with us, I would be honored to tell him that he has already been inducted into our BapaHebat Hall of Fame as a Bapa yang hebat, a great father, an awesome dad. But unfortunately, he's no longer with us. But I would like to express our gratitude and our appreciation to you for braving yourself, through the tears and the memories, to share with us stories and anecdotes about how great your father was.
Yep.
And I believe he is still great to you.
Yeah.
Although he is no longer with us now, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And thank you so much for your time. Well, we can continue this for another hour or two. Right? I'm sure there's a lot more to share. Yeah, but I'm afraid we don't have enough time to do that. But whatever that you have shared with us, I am very, very sure that our audience out there can take a leaf or two, extracting some of the values that they may, learn in their fathering journey. Once again, Mr. Muhammad Ridwan bin Muhammad Ridwan bin Nur Hasman.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you again for spending your time with us and sharing your stories. Yeah.
Thank
All
you.
right. Hope to see you again next time.
Thank you for having me.
Inshallah. Our pleasure.
Yep.
You have just heard the episodes and stories from Mr. Muhammad Ridwan bin Nur Hasman, who shared with us about the stories about his late father, who, without formal education, managed to not only became a great father, but also a great advisor to his son, who is one of the 3 children that he had. Unfortunately, Mr. Nur Hasman passed away earlier this year, in March this year, and but we have heard lots of stories on the kind of person he was back when he was with us. So stay tuned to listen to more stories from Bapa Kau vodka series brought to you by BapaHebat SG. And with that, we thank you for your time. Till we meet again. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Yeah.